Michael Williams did a article a couple of days ago, and it was on leverage and duplication. And Mike went over the numbers that are possible as ONPASSIVE launches to the world, and what can happen in your life. And Michael, he's a really good writer, and he's really good with the numbers. And I recommend everybody run over there and read that article. It will open your eyes as to the possibilities for you. So absolutely love the numbers. When you start talking about duplication and leverage, it's extremely powerful being able to compound what you do. And I know there were individuals that read the article, absolutely loved it. And they're looking at the numbers and they go, man, I wish that could happen to me. But under their breath, they're going, on nuts. Man, I can't do this. I can't leverage anything. I can't duplicate. I can't share. I can't bring anybody in. This just is not going to happen to me. And I know that sentiment is out there, but I can tell you today what I want to talk about is not the numbers, although I'll talk about them a little bit, but how everybody can do this, okay? And I want to start with ONPASSIVE, and Mike went over this too, ONPASSIVE. As you come into ONPASSIVE, if you come in and participate and plug yourself in, ONPASSIVE is going to force all of us to be successful. You don't have to bring anybody in. You don't have to sell anything. You don't have to recruit. You don't have to do any of that stuff. It's what ONPASSIVE does with its traffic, with its system, with how ingenious Ash and his team have put this system together. So you can come in and you don't have to really do anything. But for a lot of us, we want to cut time frames. And if there was a way for you to do what we're doing, cut time frames and take care of that bottom line quicker than you could with just ONPASSIVE building your team, wouldn't you want to do that? And the answer to that is sure. I'd love to do that. Just show me what I need to do, and if I can do it, I'll do it. That's what I'm going to do today. If you look at what we're doing in ONPASSIVE Nation, Marty, Dan, and I'm Mike Ellis. Marty and Dan are my partners. We've put together a ton of content out on the internet, as ONPASSIVE has. And our content is working really well. Whether you look at the YouTube channel, whether you look at the blog, which Dan Street does, whether you look at the Facebook group with Marty doing a live 5 days a week, whether you look at the Zooms we do every week, 4 to 5 Zooms a week, all the stuff that we're doing is working very well to bring people into our team, to bring people in for our people. So it truly is a team effort between Marty, Dan, and I, between the leaders on our team. Everything that everyone is doing is working really well. So how can you take advantage of that? It really is as simple as sharing what we have with the people you know. And it's not important that you bring in 10,000 people or 100 people or 50 people or even 20 people. Now, there are individuals on our team that can do that. They have the influence with individuals, and when they talk to them, they're just going to come in. But really, all you need to do, if you don't have that influence with your warm market, the people you know, your family, your associates, all those individuals, is really just get them in front of our content. And once you do that, it doesn't matter if it's the videos, it doesn't matter if it's the blog, it doesn't matter if it's Marty's Facebook lives that he does, or the Zooms that we do. It really doesn't matter. Once they get in front of us, Marty, Dan, and I, we have not had a no for a very long time. Now, I know they're out there, but as they come in and they look at ONPASSIVE and they understand the magnitude of ONPASSIVE, what it's going to do for their life, not your life, their life, they're going to come in and they go, man, I need this. I absolutely want to do this. I want to change my financial future. They will come in, they will join on your team, and you will start duplicating and leveraging. And here's how it's working with our group. As we go out there and we bring in 1 or 2 or 3, it doesn't matter how many, 1, 2, 3, it doesn't matter. As we bring those individuals in, they're going to do what you did. And basically what they're going to do is they're going to share our content. They're going to get them in front of us. And once they do that, you're going to start duplicating. You're going to start leveraging your team. People will come in and join. We have people on our team that have gone from 2 or 3 people up to 100 people on their team. And as I look at Mike Williams' scenarios, I like to use one of the ones he did, and that's the scenario of bringing 40 individuals into your team. and how powerful that is. If we look at that, 40 people on your team, Mike talks about once that happens, within 6 months to a year, you'll make $150,000. Boom. That's so powerful for the majority of the people in ONPASSIVE. It's powerful for me. Bringing in $150,000 your first 6 months to 12 months. Now, we can't guarantee anything. This is real life. We can't guarantee anything. But I've looked at the numbers, and they're very, very conservative, and that's what Michael Williams does. He's very conservative with his outlook. And as I look at the numbers, I believe that could happen quicker. So that 40 people on your team, extremely powerful. Whether ONPASSIVE does that for you, or ONPASSIVE and ONPASSIVE Nation does that for you, actually bringing in people, continuing to recruit, and people flow into your team, that's fine. But if you can participate, use what we have to start building your team and start to leverage and duplicate quicker, that bottom line is going to be taken care of quicker than it would if you just let ONPASSIVE or ONPASSIVE build your team for you. So this is extremely powerful. I think that position of 40 people on your team, when you start to think about it, you're going to get very, very excited about what's going to happen in your life in 2020 and 2021, the next 6 months to a year. It's really, really some cool stuff. So I always recommend you run over and take a look at Michael's article. It's extremely powerful. When Michael talked about these scenarios, he really had to deal with the tangibles to put his numbers together. In other words, things we can see, things we can feel, things that we can put in a scenario and see what's going to happen. And Michael did that. But there are a few things that aren't tangible, that we really can't quantify and put into our models. And when you start to think about these untangible things, it's really, really cool what will be happening, in my opinion, in ONPASSIVE. Again, we can't guarantee anything, but from what I'm seeing, as we look at these intangibles, it's going to be really, really cool. One of them is spillover. And again, it's not a tangible thing. We can't predict how much spillover we're going to get from above us because we can't see above us. We might get 10, we might get 10,000. And obviously, if we get that, the people on our team, all of you benefit from that spillover. Everything in ONPASSIVE flows top to bottom, left to right. And if we got that much spillover from above us, it's Katie bar the door, because everybody that's a founder today, you're pretty much going to have that 40. So as we look at that, although we can't determine how much spillover we're going to get from ONPASSIVE, I know with ONPASSIVE Nation, we're going to get quite a bit. I know what Marty, Dan, and I have done, and I know the kind of spillover we're going to have. There will be people that will wake up on our team and have 40 people. And if you've got 40 people on your team, you can extrapolate that out 6 months to 12 months. You know where you're going to be. Can't guarantee anything, but I'm pretty sure you know where you're going to be. The other thing that is not tangible is viral. And I've done a video on ONPASSIVE going viral, but as you look at it, again, it's one of those things we can't quantify, we can't put into a model to determine what that's going to do for you and I. But as we look at ONPASSIVE and it going viral, and I do believe that will happen, I'm not talking about a couple of 10,000 or 100,000 or 1 million people coming into ONPASSIVE very, very quickly, like the first 12 months. I'm talking about millions and millions and millions of people coming into ONPASSIVE as it goes viral. So as we think about duplication, as we think about leverage, because of what ONPASSIVE has done, that leverage is there. That duplication is going to be there regardless of what you do. But if you can come in and do a few little things, bring in 1, 2, or 3 people, it makes all the difference in the world. Because when the spillover starts, when the viral starts, instead of just starting with you're starting with, say, 1, 2, say 3 people. And as it starts and you get that first go around, those 3 people are going to get 3, you're going to get 1, so your team is going to double. It's going to go 4 to 8, and then 8 to 16, then 16 to 32. And you can see how quickly you can get to that number of 40. And from there, because of everything ONPASSIVE is doing, because of everything ONPASSIVE Nation is doing, you will be in a position in 6 to 12 months to get to that 150,000 a year. The last thing I haven't talked about yet, and Michael talked about this a little bit too, is the AI, artificial intelligence, that ONPASSIVE is going to be using. This is so powerful. Everything that Marty, Dan, and I have done, everything that our team has done, everything the leaders in our team have done, as ONPASSIVE launches to the world and AI kicks in, artificial intelligence, the artificial intelligence is going to start doing the heavy lifting. In other words, they're going to start building your team for you in ways you can't imagine. And that's when the viral comes in. That's when the spillover comes in. It's when all of this stuff starts to happen for all the founding members in ONPASSIVE. This is a really, really exciting time for individuals that are in ONPASSIVE or just coming in and have the opportunity in the next 30, 60, 65 days, 90 days, whatever it is, when ONPASSIVE launches the world, to have that time to do just a little bit to make a massive difference as ONPASSIVE launches to the world. So I recommend you come in, plug in. If you're on our team, plug in with ONPASSIVE Nation, with Marty, Dan, and I, with the leaders on our team, and there are many of them. And you're going to find a way to start leveraging and duplicating your team. Doesn't have to be massive, just a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people. And as you do that, and we launch to the world this year, 2020, we are going to have so many people that are just amazed at how their lives have changed. And that's why ONPASSIVE is here. It's here to change lives, yours and mine. And I believe, looking throughout the world, because we have people throughout the whole world, from Papua New Guinea to Spain, to Canada, to Mexico, to South America. We're watching what these individuals are doing, and it's amazing when you start to share the vision on ONPASSIVE. It's like a wildfire. It just catches fire, and you cannot put it out. So come on in, plug into ONPASSIVE Nation, plug into what we're doing. We can help you build your team. We've been doing this for 16 months, been pretty successful at it. We can do the same thing for you. If you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, I always recommend you go down there and subscribe. Hit the bell on the right. Ash will do a webinar this week, I think Thursday. As he does that, I'll come on, do another video, and explain whatever he shared with us. I know things are they're just hopping right now. He'll have something new for us Thursday. And as he does, I'll come on and tell you what it is. But really, really exciting things right now. Again, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe down below, click the bell, and then you will get updates as I do more videos. And from there, yeah, get excited, continue to explore ONPASSIVE. The founding position today is $97. So it's $97 that locks you into ONPASSIVE, locks you into the pay structure of ONPASSIVE. And from there, come on in, plug in with Marty, Dan, and I, our leaders on our team, and we're going to get you going. We're going to start to show you how to leverage, how to duplicate, and from there, you're going to be set. At least in my opinion, you are. So that's it for today, guys. Have a great week, and we'll absolutely see you on the inside. Bye.